Okay, question number 20. Let's take a look at the first two, A and B. So for this question, we have to figure out what is oxidized, what's reduced, and what's a spectator. All right, so I've got my data booklet with me too, so I can just take a look at the different ion charges if I need to. So zinc solid metals are always going to be 0, or elements all by themselves, I should say. We have hydrogen chloride ions. If we take a look at our periodic table here, you see chloride ions are always -1, group 7. So we know chloride's -1, and then hydrogen is attached to it, and it's always +1. Chloride again is -1 if it's attached in a compound, and we have it in an ionic compound here. And there's 2 chlorides, which is going to make zinc, because there's just one of them, 2 positive, but we can also double check zinc on the periodic table, and zinc only has a 2 positive charge option. So it is 2 positive. And then hydrogen gas, it's all by itself. It's an element all by itself here. So it's going to have a 0 charge when it's by itself like that. So we can see what happens to zinc. Zinc solid is going to zinc. Oh, that's supposed to be 2 positive. Good catch. So zinc is going to 2 positive. So its oxidation number is increasing. So it is being oxidized. And we can see chloride, it doesn't change. It's -1 to -1. So that is considered our spectator for this one. And then hydrogen is going from +1 to 0. So it's going down. It's being down in oxidation number. So it's being reduced. And let's take a look at the next one. So we got oxygen, which we know is always 2 negative. Nope. 2 negative, and there's 2 of them. So we have a total of 4 negative. So we have 2 negative, but we have a total of 4 negative charges here, and only 1 manganese to take over that 4 negative. So manganese, or Mn, has to be a +4 charge. And we can just double check what are the options for manganese. It's either 4 positive or 2 positive. In this case, it had to be 4 to make this whole ionic compound equal to 0. And that, remember, is a big rule. The whole ionic compound, unless there's a charge, has to be 0. Aluminum is all by itself, element, solid, so we know its oxidation number or state is 0. Manganese, again, solid as an elemental form, all by itself, so its oxidation state is 0. Aluminum oxide here, oxygen, again, we know is 2 negative. There's 3 of them in this ionic compound, so that makes a total of -6 charges that have to be balanced out by our 2 aluminums. And if we take a look at aluminum, we will see aluminum is 3 positive. That's the only option. So positive. So our 3 positives would balance out our 6 negatives. So that'll work out fine. All right, so let's take a look now that we have all of our oxidation states. It makes it a lot easier. We can see that aluminum has gone from 0 to +3. It's gone up in oxidation state, so it has been oxidized. Let's take a look at manganese. It's gone from 4 positive down to 0. It's gone down in oxidation state, so it's been reduced. And then our oxygen here, -2 to -2, is just a spectator. All right, so if you're being reduced, that means you're gaining electrons. So manganese, to get to 0 from 4 positive, had to gain 4 electrons, right? And aluminum has been oxidized, or lose electrons is oxidation, Leo. So it have to lose 3 electrons to get to 3 positive. And there's your first 2.